Good afternoon. It is a delightful afternoon here on the show today. I am very excited to present to you a wonderful guest. He's taking lots of time out of his very busy schedule today to be with us here on stream. And so everyone be on your best behavior. And hopefully we'll be able to learn a thing or two. So we're going to jump straight into our game in question. It is WarioWare Gold, and allow me to introduce you to Wario. Wario, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. The important thing is, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you can hear our guest today. Thank you so much, first of all. I know this is, much beneath your usual standard, but we're very happy to have you here. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for, giving your card information beforehand so we can charge you with mail.
Yes, certainly. We'll make a note of that. Yes, so how are you today? Let's start there.
Oh, I'm good. Had my coffee, sent my usual threats to Mario, things like that. Just doing my thing, making micro games, not paying for them. And just sometimes I get stuck in the mirror looking at my own glory. But otherwise, I feel like it's been very productive today. How about yourself?
Oh, well, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. I'm really excited to be exploring one of your older titles today, but in my personal opinion, one of your bests. We've got WarioWare Gold on the Nintendo 3DS. Do you have any memories of this game that you'd like to share?
How old is this one now?
Oh boy. Oh, so Nintendo 3DS. How old is this game now? Definitely like
Because this is old. I'm getting ancient. I need to get a disability check or something because this feels like yesterday. I remembered stealing. Yeah, I specifically remember this like it was a week ago. And now, when you said old title, I felt a bag form under my eye.
Well, I apologize, but let me tell you, you wear it well. You wear it well.
Ah, yes. Well, I wear anything well, so I'm not too surprised about that.
Oh, there's our first Wario laugh. Oh, I am excited. Let's jump in and get to looking at some of these micro games. We'll have a nice new file start us from the top. 10,000 coins just for showing up, and yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna ask you some questions whilst in the background, just kind of going through WarioWare Gold. So just in case anyone in the chat is not familiar with your story, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, very simple. I'm a Capricorn. I enjoy long walks on the beach, stealing things from people. And, one time I was childhood friends with some loser in red. I don't know if you guys know him. His name's Mario. He's not a big deal. Anyway, grew up with him. We had a few back and forths, and I left it at that until I found out he had a castle. And I'm like, hey, I want a castle. So I went and stole a castle. And then he took it back, so I got another castle. And then you would not believe the tax dollars that they expect you to have having a castle.
Can
So
only
so I moved to
imagine.
Diamond. Yeah, so I moved to Diamond City. Started my own company, and now I'm known for making amazing micro games. Is just about the same price as some other Nintendo game.
Hey, there's the trick of it. You actually touched base on several things that I've wanted to discuss with you today. And before we get to the uncomfortable man in red subject, I'd love to hear about Diamond City and how that came to be your city. And did you found the place, or is it what was the story behind that?
Oh no, so I was wanting a little bit of a fresh new start because again, the tax dollars in the Mushroom Kingdom for castles cuckoo crazy.
Hmm.
So I went to Diamond City to try and downsize, maybe give my my amazing glory form in another place. That way, Mario couldn't be involved in any way, shape, or form. And at that point, I just found enough chumps that are just way too nice. I mean, the people in the Mushroom Kingdom, they're used to me being a jerk, but these people, they stick around. And I'm like, wow, I could totally get some mileage out of this. So I set up shop, started making money, and the rest is history. My history.
Did you, out of curiosity, just regarding the Mushroom Kingdom, you do have, I would say, probably one of the highest gold counts in the entire Mushroom Kingdom. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, yes, definitely. It's a little hard not to with all of them just lying around the streets and things like that. And apparently, if you punch half the things in this kingdom, they just fall right out of them. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm a professional puncher.
You do have quite the punch on you. Do you remember a time, though, from, like, before you had your hands on all that gold? What was it like in the before times?
Well, before then, I lived with my mom. She owned a farm, and it was nice, but she wanted too much help around the place. So I wanted bigger and better things. And when I saw other people with bigger and better things, and I said, "Hey, that should be mine." So I went and got some. But I'll admit some of my farm roots are in me just a little bit. I actually used to have a pet hen. Actually,
Really?
I don't know where I put that thing. Yeah, yeah. They used to lay golden eggs. I love them things. Sometimes I sell them on the interwebs. Sometimes I make good breakfast. Yeah. The person who tried to steal the castle back from me tried to take my hen once, but they didn't get too far. Which no one can whenever they're stacked against the goat, as it were. Is that what the kids are still saying? The goat.
I believe so. I believe you're still in it with the lingo.
Ah, good. Poggers.
There we go. So did you always, along with Diamond City, of course, you have your, headquarters in Diamond City, but you also expressed interest in having a Wario's castle. Is that something that you've always dreamed of?
It's something that I had, and it's a great idea, but the electricity bill. Oh, and the castles, they've got like so many rooms. How am I supposed to remember to turn off the lights in all these rooms?
Yeah, compared to farm life, I imagine it's rough.
Right, exactly. But the important thing is I did get away with, for the most part, everything. But you'd be surprised how many times not only people wanted to take my treasure, but how many times my treasure has come to life trying to attack me. That was a whole
Really?
nother deal.
Really?
Yeah,
Can you go into
yeah.
more
There was
detail
this.
about that?
Yeah, there was this jewel thing that apparently was an ancient curse and tore my castle apart. It took all my treasure, scoured it all over the place, and I had to save these little like pixie. They look like Keebler elves, the ones that make the cookies.
I
Anyway,
see.
I had to save a bunch of them, and they helped me rebuild my castle. But
Oh, this is the
yeah,
shake incident. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I
No, no,
remember
no, no,
it.
no, no, no. This is WarioWare. WarioWare,
Oh, I
the Black
see.
Jewel.
I
Yeah.
see. What a curious adventure that must have been.
It was an adventure. I don't even. I sometimes wake up at night thinking about the creatures I had to punch
Do,
around there. Some of them were. Anyway, uh, probably not anything more scary than what Mario seen down the toilet pipe, if you know what I mean.
oh, I believe I do.
Loser.
Do you miss your days as a land adventurer, or are you content now with your days as a micromanager?
Oh, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I still have that itch I needed to scratch. I mean, look at this game right here, WarioWare Gold. All right, it starts out with me going and stealing treasure because I still have a little bit of that in me. But honestly, it really is kind of a spur of the moment in the mood thing. You know, whenever I first started stealing treasure, it was a necessity. I just had to make bank. But now it's just more of a I like gold and I want gold. It's better that way. Like, don't make your hobbies your job, because then you'll fall in love with it. But now I can just sit at home and have other people make games for me and make bank for free. Good life.
Regarding your employees, as you see here, we're starting today with Jimmy T. And according to our reports, you've known Jimmy T for quite some time, being quote unquote texting buddies since childhood. Can you go into detail about that?
Yeah, he taught me quite a few things. In fact, I think he was the one that actually told me about Diamond City when I was having my little castle problem.
Really?
Yes, he was the one that taught me how to text. At first, I didn't quite get all the lingo, lol, but he's been around for quite some time. He's a little bit of a sportster, which is why I had a little bit of backstory with him too. I actually was going to ask him to be my tennis doubles partner one time, but it didn't work out. But that's okay. He's more of a party animal by the by. But I've known him for some time. People honestly keep asking me why Waluigi is never in WarioWare, and I just want to say, don't make me choose between Waluigi and Jimmy. All right, they're both my boys, and I don't I don't want them stuck in a room trying to fight for the death for my amazingness. Because let's be honest, it's a competition of how great I am.
Yes, of course. You brought something up that was very interesting just now. So Jimmy T, you value him as like a friend, like up there with Waluigi.
Yes, the main reason why is because he doesn't really cramp my style. He's pretty popular himself, so he knows the struggles of being an amazingly wanted person. And also, he's chill. He doesn't really ask about being paid. I mean, about, you know, boring things like going out and things like that. Yeah, he's just chill.
So when it comes to doing tennis doubles and things, because of course Waluigi naturally was going to ask about him. Where did you meet Waluigi? How far does that go?
Well, I met Waluigi because I couldn't find a doubles tennis partner. Nintendo, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make a tennis game, but you need a doubles in order to be in the game." And I said, "Oh, well, I need that Nintendo money." So I tried asking Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "Oh, I'm busy, I can't make it." So I was thinking, who else I can ask around? I started putting out flyers everywhere. The only other person I could ask was a person that I have a bit of history with. Her name's Captain Syrup, and she proceeded to threaten to kill me. So I went a different route and found this guy, Waluigi, and he has a little bit of acting background, things like that. He was pretty good, and then he told me he hated Luigi. I told him I hated Mario, and we just kind of bonded over that. Now, that may be like the only thing we talked about for the first week of knowing each other, but hey, everything starts somewhere.
Did it seem like a wild coincidence that you, who have dedicated yourself to being the anti-doppelganger of Mario, to just happen to meet a evil doppelganger of his brother?
Honestly, I feel like it's a bit of a coincidence. People say that we are a lot alike, and a lot of people think that we're actually related. But we're just good friends, and I guess that's the thing. Mario, he's stuck with that loser Luigi. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. So I pick Waluigi. Waluigi picked me. I feel like our bond is a little bit stronger in that regard. But some people say that Waluigi and I might be related. It's not a thing, people. Just because he doesn't know who his mama is, and I don't know who my papa is, doesn't mean that doesn't mean that's a connection.
It's just a close friendship then.
Yeah, just a coincidence. Don't listen to Matt Pat.
So, what is your opinion on Luigi? I mean, your opinion of Mario is well known, but I don't know if you've ever gone into detail about that on the record.
Luigi's, well, I don't like Mario because he hogged the spotlight. Luigi, I don't like him because he's too scared of the spotlight. He gets everything handed to him on a silver platter because of Mario. And what does he do? He hides, he cries, he whines, he complains every single step of the way. It's just ungrateful. It's just, it's not that I hate the guy. I just have the impulse to push him into a locker.
Surprisingly insightful and a little bit bullyish. That's what we like about you, Wario.
Yes, well, what can I say? I'm relatable to the youth that has never had a speaking role for, and that is the bully community. Honestly, we need more bullies out there. Honestly, we need to toughen up these kids. Oh, I'm sorry. I promised I wasn't going to get political.
Well, let's change gears then. When it comes to micro games, we had video games, we had mini games, but where did the idea come from of the micro game?
Well, I was thinking about how Mario had all these stupid games. It's not fair. I said I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to sit and have a second seat for, Wario. I'm the best, and I was sick and tired of like, okay, I've raided every pyramid, every tomb that I could possibly think of. What the heck am I supposed to do from here? All right, so I was thinking about it, mulling it over while I was in the city. I think I was at I was outside of the store, and one of the toads in the stupid Mushroom Kingdom was like, "Oh, Wario, you gotta put your cart in the cart corral." I said, "No, I don't want to do that." Well, they said, "No, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Oh, you're gonna make a mess in the parking lot." Fine. So I take the cart and I go put it in the corral and I push it. I just throw it in there to see if I can like fit it inside the corral without doing much work. And then it hit me. I was like, I could easily make a game out of these. So at first it was just going to be like a price of admission thing, but then all these other people in Diamond City, they were like, we know how to like code and do this and do that. I said, you're hired. Just don't ask for pay. So it was more just menial tasks like that, picking the nose. Yes, that's perfect. Perfect example. Picking your nose. Sometimes it could be a chore, but if you put a little timer on it and give yourself little points afterwards, now it's a game. It's just, it's genius marketing. That's all.
So you essentially, as you went through life, like any little moment that you felt like that, were just like this could be a whole game in of itself. You wrote that down and eventually threw it at your programmers and put it into WarioWare.
Yes, exactly. It's taking menial tasks and being able to make it profitable, like putting on socks or trying to miss the urinal cake in the bathroom.
Well, it is very ingenious. So I must give you my praise for that. And it's achieved quite a number of games in your franchise at this point.
Of course, it's genius. It's my idea.
Have you ever run into any pushback with your employees? It seems like most of them are generally a fan of you, particularly Mona here.
Yeah, Mona has got this fascination with me, but I mean, who doesn't? As for pushback, a lot of them are always asking for things. See, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, "Oh, are they really your friends? Why do you just ask them for things?" But if you think about it, it's kind of a give and take relationship, right?
Yeah.
I ask them, "Where are my games? Where's my work?" And then they ask me, "Oh, where's our benefits? Where's our money?" Sometimes we can't provide for one another, but that's what friendships are for. We look past those mistakes.
So you do, you think that like everyone on your crew, you think you've got a pretty solid relationship with most of them?
Of course, because 9 times out of 10, they're just happy to be in my amazing presence.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, sometimes they complain about the money, but honestly, I think they're just honored to be in my glory.
I see. I see. They definitely seem to be, better company than those of the Mario Kingdom or the Mushroom Kingdom, excuse me. So I think maybe, and I unfortunately have to bring this up, the elephant in the room. Can you tell me a little bit about Mario and what it is he did all the way back then? You mentioned him hogging the spotlight.
I guess.
I'm
So
sorry, I didn't mean
Mario,
to.
and no, it's fine, it's fine. Let's take out the charity work and talk about stupid Mario loser. So Mario and I were friends growing up. Our parents were neighbors actually. It was funny because before this we had some sort of thing. I was too little to remember, but something
Mhm.
about being star children and storks and Yoshis. But anyway, as far as I remember, we were friends in the same neighborhood. We used to play games all the time, but every single time, just like in real life, everything that Mario wanted ended up in his favor. He got to be the sheriff whenever we played sheriffs and bandits. Every single time, I got to be sheriff once. And then there were times whenever we were picking vegetables and I kept getting attacked by the plants. Things like that. It's just, it's always working out good for him. And that's why I think a lot of people don't like Mario, because life is hard, okay? And Mario, he gets everything on a silver platter. Everything just falls in his lap. Oop, what a coincidence. It may as well be the Mario Kingdom. This man was unclogging toilets and ended up in a royal palace, in a royal world, and he gets all of the fame and the glory because he stepped on a turtle. I could step on a turtle, but I didn't. Guess not in time, but that's fine. That's fine. You want to know what happened in the first Wario lane? Okay? I steal the castle from Captain Syrup. I do nothing. I do nothing to Mario and his stupid losers. And what happens? I stumble around the castle that I won fair and square. And what do I see? A gold statue of a Princess Peach. I'm like, this is going to go so great in the rec room that I'm going to build in here. And what happens? Mario comes in on a Zeppelin and hoists the statue away, takes it away. I do all of the work, and this chump takes all of the credit. And that's why I'm not too big a fan of Mario. But it all kind of got a little bit better whenever I moved here to Diamond City. I guess I just needed my time away from the guy to, mold into my own person. I had a little bit of a home welcoming, home warming, whatever you call it, party. And he showed up. And I feel like we kind of shook hands, made amends, but I'm still better than him. That's the important thing.
Yes, certainly. So you do still see him on occasion. I know you know for like sports events and party events and those sorts of things.
Yeah, we do that. Sometimes we play Smash Bros, go Mario Karting or something like that together. But otherwise, he's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing.
Can you tell me a little bit about your time on Smash? Is that a very full time position for you?
It's definitely a thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy to be punching all of these anime characters. But the thing is, it's my moveset, and I don't have a problem with the moveset. I like the bike. I like the corkscrew. I like the jump. Let's talk about the waft, because I feel like a lot of people hear about the waft. Okay.
Yes.
I don't waft that much. But here's what happened, all right? It was 2006. We were doing auditions for a Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Very good game. Sakurai was like, let's see what you got. Show me some moves. And then I did some moves for him. He thought it was pretty good. He said, we're going to think about it. And then I had some Tex-Mex before I came in for the audition. I may have let one squeak past me. And then he said, wait, do that again. So I whacked again, and then he's put that in the game. I think he took that personally. I don't think he liked that I did that in the interview, and he did that to make fun of me. But that's okay. The important thing is I do have fun in the Smash Brothers, because who wouldn't have fun beating everybody up?
So you don't think like the waft should be seen as like a defining identifying trait for your brand?
I just think, pile drivers and things like that would be more my style, but the wash is fine. It's a fun little thing, don't get me wrong. I do love using it. It's just the fact that everybody's like, oh, that Wario guy, he's a real grosser. Here, let me tell you something, okay? If the grossest things you see me do is what? I pick up my nose and I do a little toot-toot, okay? But if you think about it, that's me expelling the nasty from my body. So if you really think about it, I'm more cleanly than all of you.
I think you put that really, really well. Do you think it's actually with some of your more recent titles, like some of the most recent sport games, you have really shown yourself to be a fashionista?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, I've got the drip. That's the thing. That's one thing I thought about is like, I guess breaking the mold with Mario is a big thing that I still kind of stick by. Is like, okay, this guy is cookie cutter. This guy is the basic vanilla ice cream cone. What can I do to be pistachio flavor? And I see that like every time we have a little get together, Mario's wearing the same thing. over and over and over. And don't get me wrong, all right, we need to have a trademark. But I'm like, I know that I can be a little bit more outstanding than that. That's why I kind of, get the threads going. Mona, like I said, Mona's a very big fashion person. So
Right.
every time, did you lose?
I did.
You lost. How dare you?
I'm so
Anyway,
sorry.
I'll forgive you later. Anyway, so yeah, like Mona helped me out with some threads. Her idea was the golf outfit for Super Rush. Honestly, that trip, best part of the game.
I would agree. Yeah, I think you really rocked that look. Yeah, so yeah, you've got several like really impactful looks to your brand. You obviously have, your classic yellow and purple. You also have the look you're rocking here for your WarioWare kind of biker outfit, and you've shown a lot of like decent looks in the past. Is it something that you've always wanted to reinvent of yourself ever since the whole Mario fiasco?
Well, honestly, again, I just like to stand out a little bit more. But one thing I tell Waluigi whenever he asks me, what's with all the yellow? I always tell him, I say, look, man, yellow is the most bright, vibrant, like standout color there is. If you can wear yellow on a daily basis and have people accept it, you can pretty much wear anything.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Let me ask. I remember there was a time, semi-long, close to now, that we started to hear about a Wa Peach.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't exist.
It does not exist.
Well, okay, so Wa Peach was not so much of a person herself, so much as it was an idea that I had before Nintendo said that's not gonna work. You gotta find someone that actually gonna do that.
It was your idea.
It was an idea that I had where it was like, okay, he's got a stupid princess. Just give me the princess, and they're like, no, you can't just. You showed up, you became Wario. Someone would have to show up and become Wa Peach. So we're gonna give you 3 weeks to find a partner, or you're not gonna be in the game. And that's when I had to go around and ask people, and that's how Waluigi showed up. So it's not someone that I necessarily know. It's just an idea that I pitched, and then you know how the internet is.
Yes. Unfortunately, I do. So with that in mind, like, would you, if you have ever, the way you had your chance encounter with Waluigi, if you were ever to encounter another Wa character in the wild, would you see that as a good thing?
I wouldn't see it as a bad thing because honestly, like I said, I can completely understand anybody hating Mario and his stupid losers. And it's not that not that I have anything against them. They're just stupid losers. I just cause it like a season. It's just one of those things. If I see a war, yes, don't get me wrong, it can be a little concerning to see someone like, oh, I'm a dedicate to my life to hate this guy. But if you really think about it, it's just someone who's like, I'm tired of the norm and I want something different. And I can see past that.
Yes.
If I can get past Waluigi, I can get past anybody, really.
Ooh, interesting. Do you ever think that you and Waluigi, there are times that you don't get along?
Oh, Waluigi and I? Oh, yeah, countless times. Like, you should see our Discord DMs. No, you shouldn't. We'd get canceled. Anyway, no, there are plenty of times where Waluigi and I will rip on each other and have little arguments and things like that. He doesn't like it sometimes. Then he's all like, oh, why do I get to be the punching bag? I said, because you suck at arguing. But also, he's always asked me to be in WarioWare. He's always asked me to be in Wario Land. There have been several times where I've had to go to Mario for Waluigi. I explained to him this isn't how it works, but he says, "Can you go to Mario and ask him about maybe letting me into Smash Brothers?" I said that he's not over that. I'll ask him, but you know what the answer's gonna be. So it's just we have our back and forth, but it's all good, Like I said, we pick each other. You don't pick your family, but you pick your friends, and the fact that we pick each other even through all that's what's important.
Yeah, I must say, as someone who has a reputation, a false reputation of just being very mean-spirited towards employees, mean-spirited towards the people he knows, you seem to have a lot of care towards the people you know, both the employees of WarioWare and, the people you've known in the Mushroom Kingdom. You seem to hold them all in a decent regard.
Well, yeah, because they're assets and I can get things out of them.
I see. Gotcha. Loud and clear. There are reports, for instance, we have got 9-Volt here in front of us, who on the record claims to not be your employee.
Oh, you mean 5 volt?
5 volts. I apologize. Yes.
No, you're good. It's not so much. It's like 5 volt. I mean, she can say that, but I mean that's fine. You know what? If whatever prevents her from asking for pay, but at the end of the day, you see the micro games on the screen. Somebody provided those, and I made the money off it. That's what's important. That's what gets us by. 9 volt was very happy to do it because he loves a Nintendo,
Yes,
and
he
he's
does.
like, if I can get my creations on a Nintendo, sign me up. And of course, he does all this stuff like that, and the Nintendo's really easy to like allow the retro stuff to get in. So
Oh, they love that.
yeah, they love their own marketing. So you know, like I said, if she's not gonna ask for pay, then I'm not gonna ask her for a name tag.
Yeah, well said. Do you find that you yourself are a Nintendo fan at large, or are you not a large gamer yourself?
Oh no, I love Nintendo. I love playing all of the consoles. I got NES, Super Nintendo, 64. I've got a Wii with the GameCube in it. I've got all those consoles hooked up in the other room to one of those old tube TVs. I really like the retro stuff too. You know Duck Hunt, the little game with the Zappy Zap. You have to play it on an old TV because it worked on the reflection of the glass. Flat screens won't work. So yeah, I do love Nintendo games, but nothing's gonna compare unless I'm in it.
Yeah, but you made your debut around the I believe it was the Game Boy days, which must have been a dream come true to get the invitation from Nintendo themselves.
Oh, well, it was more of a matter of those games are. I like to think they more as a recreation set than they were spying on me. I don't know what's going on because I showed up, I stole Mario's castle, I got kicked out of the castle, and then I see it on shelves. I'm like, what is this? Who did this?
So wait, you believe like Nintendo was spying on you at that time?
I personally believe that Nintendo likes to watch around what goes on in the Mushroom Kingdom and make little biopics of it in video games, and that's why I kind of like doing WarioWare because this is all under my jurisdiction. This is all under my belt. I can provide what goes in and out of these games, and I feel a little bit more content. Just another reason why Mushroom Kingdom don't trust that place.
I gotcha. That actually does make a ton of sense because there were a lot of Wario Land games back in the day. Many of them having you against Mario or his forces. But now it seems like you're doing your own thing at your large company and doing pretty well for yourself.
Right, exactly. When I first showed up, it felt like Nintendo was in charge, and I was like, so with me over here, now I'm in charge, as God intended, you know.
Look at that. Wario, an advocate for independent business. That is truly
Thanks,
wonderful.
I'm an advocate for my independent wallet.
Let's see. Well, let's see what other questions we have for you. I want to talk about your mustache.
Oh, well, who doesn't?
What goes into the daily care?
Old Spice, mousse. No, first you like a spark plug. No, I'm kidding. Basically, the cartoonist rendition is just a scraggly little mustache. I do try to like even it out a little bit, but again, just a little curl up and stuff like that. I'm not some loser from Brooklyn, so I was like, no, this needs to be a little bit more unique, a little bit more crazy. Just another bit of a zigzag, something that's iconic, and something like. Again, as for trademarks and stuff, my schnauzer and my amazing zigzag mustache has kind of become a bit of a staple. So looks like I'm doing branding right.
I would say so. I think in far and wide, you see that mustache, and people are like, "It's Wario." There are honestly a lot of up and comers in the indie space these days that seem to be pulling straight from you and your look and your brand. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, my lawyers will be in touch. No,
So,
I'm kidding. No, it's nice to see that I inspire the new generation because what can I say? Like I said, me as a role model is better than no role model. But some of these people just seem a little unhinged, like this pepperoni guy. I don't know his name. Either way, I see that he's kind of taking notes from my book. Maybe he had a game or events of his own, learned a few things, learned a few tricks to survive. And maybe I should make a book or something.
I was about to ask. I had not heard that you were published.
Yeah, well, I mean, what can I say? Greatness writes itself. I've never put pen to paper or anything, but maybe I should.
Maybe you
More market,
should.
more money. We'd have to think about it. I would probably call the book "Greed is Good."
Greed is good. I suppose that answers this next question already, but as one of the richest denizens of the Mushroom Kingdom, do you believe there will ever be enough? Is there an end goal that you are currently trying to reach?
No, that's the point. There's never enough. There's no such thing. Because the moment there's enough, quote unquote, you settle. And then you just kind of get bored and waste away. The reason why I like the money and WarioWare and taking things easy is because it's easy. But if I were to settle with what I had, there'd be no point. That's the whole point, is just keep striving for things, make a life of what you make it. And if you take one thing from Wario, take anything that tries to get in your way and beat the crap out of it.
I think that's a good philosophy. I think so. That's stuff that I believe would make for a really great book for self-help and self-motivation. People need that these days. It's a tough world out there.
If I tried to write a book, I'd probably just start on a Little Caesar's napkin and fill out the paragraph and then give up because I just don't have the attention span for it.
I understand. Maybe those that are close to you could help. We have Ashley here, who tell me about Ashley and your relationship with this one. This seems to be a very curious character.
Oh yeah. So whenever I first showed up to Diamond City, I didn't meet her right away. But when I did, I asked her if she wanted to be, because I saw the devil, the little red guy, and I was like,
Nice.
oh, this could be something. I'm like, you wanna make some games? Do you know how to make some games? And all she said was, I'll think about it. And then she started asking me a bunch of weird questions, and apparently I was a part of some sort of ritual.
Mhm.
And I woke up and I was like, so I scratched your back, you scratch mine, and then she said, I'll think about it, and she never got back to me. But apparently, she was down to make some games, so that's fine. I think she's just lonely. I think she's just lonely and sad.
Oh, so you're essentially providing her work and giving her like a home away from home kind of situation.
Pretty much, I think like she's got nothing to do out there. I think this is the whole reason why she's into the occult stuff is because she has nothing to do. She's got nobody else to talk to. So hey, if she sees making me games that make me money as an outlet to making friends, then hey, whatever floats your boat, kid.
I really have to say, Wario, the reputation, the unfortunately negative reputation that comes from, naysayers of Wario, like, you seem to, like, really be watching out for you and your crew. Like, it seems to be a band of misfits that all come together under the Wario brand.
It's yeah, sure, why not? You know what? If that's good PR, I'll take it.
Good, well spun. Well spun. So let me ask about some of the other denizens of the Mushroom Kingdom. What is your take on Peach? In the past, she has really rudely banned you from events, but does it go any farther than that?
Well, she's hot.
Hmm.
But I mean, like, anyway, Princess Peach, she's all right. Like, she didn't like me for trying to steal castles and trying to cheat and things like that. We used to have a little bit of a thing going on. I could tell she was just crazy for me, but I had to turn it down. You can't tie this old horse down. But otherwise, we're good friends. We still meet up and game and things like that. But what can you do? I just don't think we see eye to eye on things. Again, I think it's another situation of she gets everything on a silver platter. I got to work for things, and it's just some sort of disconnect
The
there.
the
But
independence
we're
again.
cool. Yeah,
I
yeah, we're cool though. We're cool.
Do you ever see a Mrs. Wario in your future?
If marriage will make taxes smaller.
That seems to be in vogue.
I just look. I'm well. I mean, hey, whatever happens, happens for a reason. Right now, my current love is your credit card information. But other than that, in terms
I
of
assume a general. I assume a general you, not like the
yeah,
specific you.
yes, a general you. By the way, you forgot to send the last three numbers on the back. Um. Anyway, yeah, just I don't know. Like it happens when it happens. I see people. Don't get me wrong. I see people. Like you'd be surprised. Like go back in the Wario land. You'd be surprised. I'm that one character from Nintendo. You don't think it's around, but gets around.
You do. You have been in a lot of places that one would not expect. I mean, your time with the Woods, but also you knew Bomberman for a time, even.
Oh yeah, and let's just be real. It's because he didn't think he could make it over in the U.S. So they're like, slap Wario in there. Why not? And here I am in all my glory. That was actually a Super Bomberman 2 or something like that. But they didn't have me in it, so it sucked. So, but then they re-released it with me in it. Boom, instant classic.
Is there any character in the gaming space that you would love to cross over with someday?
Well, I feel like crossing over with myself would be redundant. I can't think off the top of my head. I mean, I'm kind of amazing as is, but I don't know. I'd love to release a platformer with Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that guy.
Is he a denizen of the Mushroom Kingdom?
No, he's not. I don't know where this guy's from. Linwood, California, or something like that. He's just cool. I like him. I like his crazy music. It's right up my alley.
He does have a really good vibe. I'll give you that for sure. Here, I just noticed we are about to approach the next set of micro games from Dr. Crygor, and we actually do have a little bit of information about him. It seems like the two of you have had a bit of a rocky past. It seems like you had trouble understanding each other in the beginning. Is that true?
Yeah, well, I think he's more of a pure scientist, and I'm more of a throw things at the wall until it sticks kind of guy. But hey, we ended up hitting things off. He actually was the guy who made my bike.
Yes, and your trademark purple car.
Yes, and I think I think the whole reason why he was so fascinated was because I had made some wacky things in the past. Like I made a helmet. I don't know if I ever showed you this helmet thing.
Oh, tell me about it.
But it's a helmet that puts you in the TV and puts you in a little TV land and puts you a part of the show. I did it once and went on this like Master of Disguise show thing. Took all the money, and then I had the problem where apparently all the money that I got didn't come out of the TV with me, so doesn't really matter. But the important thing is I made it. I made a helmet, Goopy. That's what's important. I made a helmet.
You sure did. You sure did. I have to say, just based on our research, and according to Crygor's own diary, to bring it back to Crygor, the only reason that he signed up to your microgaming company is because you threatened to destroy his lab?
Well, I threatened to destroy a lot of things, but the big thing is I have to do what I have to do to get what I want. And the thing is, this guy can make robots. That was my big plan originally when I was like, he was like one of the first few that I grabbed. And I'm like, if I can't grab too many people, this guy makes robots, make the micro games, boom, done. I was the original AI artist. Don't take that out of context, please.
Oh, we'll strike that off the record.
Strike it from the record. Bad PR. But yeah, so it was just more of a, if you have this thing and I don't have this thing and I want this thing, give it to me or I will break it and then no one can have this thing. That's just how much my relationships work.
Yeah, it seems like it's a tough existence and probably meets a lot of pushback.
Yeah, but things push back at you, you just push back a little harder.
Right. Going back to the WA philosophy.
Yes, the philosophy.
The philosophy. See, now there.
The philosophy.
There's a book title, if I've ever heard one.
There's a book title. At least it's a bumper sticker.
I would agree. And on the subject of characters you had difficulty with in the past, can you tell me about the King of Koopas himself, Bowser?
He is kind of creepy. Like, I mean, I had a thing for Peach too, but my word, this guy.
It's a bit much.
It's a bit much. And like, look, if you're going to have a whole army, like, get some better goons, that's all I'm going to say, all right? Half the stuff that I beat up on my adventures are stronger than chubby cheek turtles and Goombas with no hands, It's crazy, but He's tough. Don't get me wrong. He's helped me cheat in a few sports games before.
Yeah,
And
you have
yeah.
like carried things that are double to triple your size. Like, can you tell me a little bit about your workout routine?
Oh, well, mainly just things like curls. Used to be a time where I cared about cardio and I used to do stuff like jump rope and things like that. But the big thing right now is just curls. Get those weights, those dumbbells, and just do some lifts and things like that. Because, the big thing is I can touch my toes. That's all that matters. This is the peak man physique. And then the important thing is, as long as you can lift a car, you're okay. So it's just a matter of, again, the only reason why I'd even bother is just because if something's in my way, boom, boom.
Yeah, so you heard it here first. Wario can touch his toes and can lift a car. And that
Yes,
is the male standard.
absolutely. Get you a man who can lift get your man who can lift a Tesla.
Get you a man that can do both.
Yes.
It seems like with the advent of the philosophy, these
Hey, that's Luigi.
thank you so
Show
much
him a
for
little
the
respect.
redeem. These philosophies of take the spotlight, earn your way to the top, be strong, cheat to win. Like, do you find that all of these things were a mantra that you always had?
I feel like the big thing is, yes, I was told whenever I was even a little baby, I used to take things and keep them to myself. So I think I was just raised on the philosophy of, I want something, it's mine. And when I was a kid, couldn't do too much about that. But then as I got older, I was like, no, I want this thing. I'm going to get this thing. So I feel like it was a part of my DNA from day one. But I feel like whenever I had the chance to finally do something about it, it was the way to go. Because again, just the big thing for me is anything that happens to me and anything that I want to happen is going to happen because I'm going to put in the work and I'm going to do it. Whether it's dirty or not, whether it's cheating or playing fair, I'm going to make it happen.
Have you ever really put the time into playing fair and doing the honest way? I see.
Honest way? You should write a book.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. All right, well, that answers that one. We'll move ahead. What would you say is your greatest achievement?
Wario Land no. My greatest achievement would probably be WarioWare itself. Now, if you're actually saying games, I have an unpopular opinion that Wario Land Shake It is a masterpiece. It may not feel like the other Wario Lands, but its artistic drive is just beautiful.
I would agree. I don't think that is that hot of a take. I think, I personally, I think Shake It is really wonderful, and I know many people who would agree.
Yeah, I like my one copy of Wario Land Shake It that I got whenever it dropped. I got signed by I don't know the guy's name, Charlie Macaroni or something like that. It's a really good game. I treasure that game a lot, actually.
Do you find that there is a game in your repertoire that you're maybe not as proud of, something that maybe Nintendo paid you to do and you just, the heart wasn't in it?
So remember when I told you about the Telmet?
Yes.
Okay, Wario Master of Disguise was an oops. All right.
Oops.
You gotta use the D-pad to jump, I think. That should say enough. It's... it was one of those things where it was like... Nintendo's like, look, if you're gonna make a game for the Nintendo DS, you should show off the DS capabilities. And I said, yeah, I did that. It's called WarioWare Touched.
Mm-hmm.
But they still insisted, and I'm like, okay. So we worked on the mechanics, and I did the story and all that. But it was a thing that happened. It did happen. Now, if it's me, anything that I do is amazing.
Right.
Everything that Nintendo does, I cannot comment on at this time.
Yeah, I assume many NDAs. I'm not looking to get you in any trouble of any kind.
Right, of course.
So, that said, can you tell me a little bit about your time as Wario Man?
Oh, yeah. So, the big thing, I think the first time it happened was whenever I was at Cragor's place and I fell in a washing machine.
Mm.
And that guy's got a bunch of weird onesies. Well, I had a onesie on and all that. I felt amazing. I felt super powerful and very dizzy. But I just it went apart. So I'm like, well, that was just a weird thing that happened. But it's WarioWare. That happens all the time. So I didn't think much of it. Cut back to a WarioWare touch like we were talking about. I was really sick and I said, oh, I'm gonna go eat some garlic. That'll make me feel better. And then boom, I'm a super Wario man again. I also remember getting hit by something. I don't quite remember, but I guess I should have used more than 1% of my power. That's all.
I see. I see. If I can make a inference with your, relationship with garlic all throughout your life, the farm that you mentioned you were on with your mother, would it happen to have been a garlic farm?
We had a lot of vegetables, but garlic was my favorite. Mama Wario used to always get on to me for picking garlic from the garden and eating it before she could spice things up in the kitchen. So I guess it was my fault. I did used to do that and eat those little green onions that used to come out of the ground, but nothing ever beat the garlic.
So garlic has been with you for like the better part of your life.
Yes, can't you tell by my breath?
Yes, I could smell it from here. So do you find that like garlic is a thing that like, on the times where you're down and the times where like, Mario's stealing your spotlight, like it's something that you can reliably fall back upon?
That or alcohol? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, garlic is definitely my go-to. Garlic is one of those things. It's like a Mario and the mushrooms. He eats this stupid, nasty mushroom. He becomes Super Mario. Oh, look at me. I step on a Goomba. I step on a princess. Well, if he's a Super Mario, then I'm Super Duper Wario when I get a hold of my garlic.
It seems Mario really is the source of, much of what you've built today. Like just about anything comes from, looking at Mario does and, wanting to prove that you're better. Would you say that's true?
Well, I guess there was an old song that make me think about is anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
So, with that being said, would you say that, you owe quite a bit to Mario?
I refuse to comment at this time.
That's fine. That's fine. Again,
I don't look. I feel like that's what you know. You owe a lot to your mama, but you're not your mama. You owe the life you live to your mama, but you are the master of your own fate. So yeah, thank you, Mario, for bringing my amazingness here, so I can do everything you do better. And yeah, thanks for sucking, I guess.
You know what? Honestly, I'd say it's really well put.
Ha!
Let's see. Let's take a look at some of our other questions while we continue on through these micro games. I guess since we're here with Penny, what can you tell me about her and her inventions?
Oh, Penny. Well, the big thing is she follows in the footsteps of Dr. Krygor, but it's hers are more cutesy things. They're more about apparel and sounding good and looking pretty and things like that. But I don't need any of those. I'm again perfect male physique. You can't fix what ain't broke. So her most of her stuff doesn't really suit me. Doesn't really concern me as much as Dr. Krygor's robots and things like that make my life easier.
So not a man of the sciences is what I'm hearing.
Just basically like Penny stuff is just things that I don't need, so I really don't care what she makes as long as it's games that make me money. I don't care what she makes as long as it's money for Wario.
Do you have any other, side businesses that get you money besides your micro game business?
Well, I had a few in the past, but most of them didn't really work out. I do remember at one point when I first moved to Diamond City, I was like, well, maybe I can start a service that gets people around town, and that is how I met Dribble, who threatened to beat me up. So I just kind of stick with what I know at this point.
Can you go into more detail about that story?
Yeah, basically he owns some sort of taxi cab service that gets them like anywhere, but I was like, well, prove it. So I made them take me to my new house in the Diamond City, and I went ahead and sung their praises till I got out of the car, got in the house, and that's when they realized I never paid the fare.
It says here that I believe Spitz is a accomplished sci-fi novelist. Did you know that about him?
He's watched a lot of nerdy shows, but no, I didn't know he was writing anything. But whatever. I mean, again, you do what you like to do. I do what I like to do. Okay, just as long as you know, cha-ching. But
Yes.
yeah, I know he was into like a bunch of geeky stuff, like the Star War Trek things and things like that. And I hear that they got their taxi in space a couple times, which you know, good for you. Don't know what's out there unless you're like finding some like, I don't know, really expensive diamond or something. In that case, bring it down here and prove it. But yeah, you know, whatever he wants to do. I don't really know much about it though.
If at any point where treasure is discovered, do you find that like you prefer, sending your lackeys to go get it for you, or do you want to be in there yourself getting the money?
Absolutely me. No, they don't get to go on my treasure journeys. Frankly, finders, keepers, losers, sweepers. But you know, if they find it, then no, we go by all for one for all, and you give me some. But that's why I need to go get there first, because I look, I don't care. I don't care about the little innocent eyes like a penny, or I just want friends like Ashley. All right, money talks. All right, and I don't trust nobody with Wario's money.
You have honestly, like, I'd say a really healthy balance of like the work life and the personal life. Like for a lot of this, you have it more figured out than I expected.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is you gotta like separate work from life and things like that. You know, whenever I clock in and out, you know, all that don't exist to me no more. But the big thing is, the only thing that exists is whenever I get paid. Like I said, life's too short to just feel like you're forced to do things like that. So whenever I want to go treasure hunting, I'll go treasure hunting. But whenever I want to sit home, eat Doritos, and watch the Golden Girls while everybody else makes me money, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I think really, really well put. By that end, would you say that you have like what would you be willing to share with us maybe your 5-year plan?
5-year plan.
Yeah, what where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm sure you've been asked that question before.
Preferably still on the couch. I don't really have any, I don't know, maybe go to the tropics or something. Right where I'm at is where I want to be. If Diamond City's gonna keep buying my micro games and gonna keep giving me their money, and they're gonna keep giving me free labor, then I don't plan on going anywhere. 5 years from now, I want a second floor to my house and more pizzas in the freezer.
So you're pretty content with like things being as they are in the present then.
Yeah, exactly. I'm right. Now, don't get me wrong. I still stick with my whole idea of, you know, striving for more and things like that. But why would I waste any of the money that I'm getting on, what, upsizing, moving somewhere? No, that don't make no sense. I'm gonna keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. I'm perfectly fine with striving for more with what I got right now. That's all.
Yeah, well said. That's it. Are you excited at all for the, like we're right on the end of the Switch's life? Would you say that you're excited at all for seeing the future of Nintendo and how it involves you?
I'm excited to see what they're gonna do, but that's the thing. They need to come up with some more ideas, because they've been like, okay, Wario, where's the next WarioWare? I'm like, you just got two. You just got two from me. What do you want? You know the business structure. You make it for change. I'm trying to watch TV. But they insist that I keep trying to make some more. So don't get me wrong. I might try to make some more for the next console, but maybe just a port of this game. Yeah, that seems to be the lazy way out. I'll do that.
I'm finding it interesting that your relationship with Nintendo seems to be very up and down.
Well, because whenever I make the money, they sit there and try to make the money off of me making the money. And I don't feel like that's how that's supposed to work. You know, I put in all the work. I put in all. I got a bunch of friends to put in all the work. So, yeah, I feel like I earned that money fair and square. But of course, you know, you're going to be on Nintendo. We want your money. Phooey. It's the whole point why I made WarioWare in the first place.
Yeah, to remove yourself from that like glaring eye of Nintendo all the time.
Right, exactly. The important thing is that to the victor go the spoils. And I'm a Wario, and I'm gonna win.
Have you ever considered launching your own console?
I tried actually. In
Really?
fact, you see it in my WarioWare games. I have this console that I like to play. It's a little handheld. It's in the shape of a nose. I like to play it a lot on these WarioWare games. But the thing is, it's a lot more complicated than it thinks. I can't keep thinking of other products to put in it. I can't think of all the games is except for my games. So don't look at it too close because it's pretty much just a Game Boy Advance in the shell in the shape of my nose.
Oh, you might be.
But yeah, maybe don't tell Nintendo. But maybe down the line, I could get a little bit more further on that. But for right now, it's Game Boy.
The continuing list of things that are off the record.
Yeah, Soldier Boy did it.
He did. That's true.
And he's fine.
So on the subject of difficult topics, allow me to ask, Kat and Anna, there is a bit of a elephant to discuss about this one. So these two are in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And to go further, we have 9-volt and 18-volt even, who are elementary school students.
Yeah.
Ashley as well, also a child, correct?
And Diamond City has no child labor laws before we go any further.
Diamond City has no child labor laws.
Yeah, how do you think I get away with this? How do you think they're not busting down my door? Now, I mean, they don't know how to do too much. They just kind of like doodle like ideas half the time, and then one of the older employees, help them make it. Like, okay, for example, Master Mantis likes to help these two losers. Like, he likes to help them come up with their ideas and things like that. But I mean, hey, they're fine. Hey, even then, okay, child labor implies I'm paying them. So if you really think about it, this is just how they're choosing to spend their summer vacation.
I guess that would fly in court.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, you navigated that masterfully.
Don't I always?
Let's talk about sports. You say you're a bit of a sporty guy?
I feel like I can be a sporty guy, but the real elephant in the room is these tiny little legs, okay? Don't get me wrong, all right? They get the job done. They get me from place to place. But it's really hard to play some of these sports games, but 90% of the time I do it because, again, there's a check involved. Mario, one time, had this sports mix thing, all right? And he wanted to, basketball, this, that, and the other. And I did not care. I was like, I really don't care whatsoever about these sports. But then he mentioned dodgeball. And then I said, you son of a gun, I'm in. Because frankly, I just wanted a reason to hit him in the face with the ball.
The opportunity was just screaming and you just couldn't resist.
Exactly.
Would you ever, do you have a particular favorite sport?
Honestly, between you and me, my favorite sport is probably baseball. But that's out of the ones that we've done together as a group. Honestly, I'm still trying to get Mario Bowling to happen. And they're like, oh, we'll do it, buddy. We'll do it on the Wii. They never did it on the Wii. Mario's like, I said I'd do my best, and what do you do? Mario Party 9, we got Goomba Bowling. That's not good enough. But
Yeah, Mario Bowling, honestly, I am surprised that's never happened.
Yeah, well, we got Goomba Bowling, I guess.
Perhaps Wario Bowling is in the future.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Micro game. See, look, now you're doing it too.
What does it take for, if you were to get a new employee, what is the process for that?
Don't ask for a check. Check comes to you. Have some good ideas. Be sure you have some people skills so you can talk to the other chumps about coding everything. And we don't know what insurance is. So
does the check come to you, Wario?
Checks in the mail, you beautiful, don't have a change. That would imply you have to give us your PO box, but WarioWare does not condone any. Look, you lost the game.
I did. Don't let that distract. Don't let that distract from the question.
Don't let us distract the fact that you lost again, so I can have an out from this conversation. Anyway, getting the check in the mail implies that we need your PO box, but WarioWare does not take your confidential information at this time. So, due to privacy reasons, you work pro bono.
I see.
and I'm never satisfied.
You're never satisfied.
Never ever. Anytime you could do better. Look at this cake.
I'm working really hard.
Put the shrimp on the cake.
I forgot to my stylus. It's a stylus problem. I don't have my stylus. That's the only issue.
Oh, I see.
Do you find yourself playtesting any of the micro games that your people develop?
I've playtested a few of them most of the time. Yes. 9 times out of 10, I look at something like this and I'm like, my nose should be here. And that's why half of my games have, me. But other than that, I just kind of let them go with it. The important thing is, because, if, Lord forbid, if I miss something inappropriate, Nintendo's going to call me and they're going to have an issue. So, you know what? If they're going to stick their nose in my business, they may as well be working for me too.
They may as well be working with you too. Do you would you ever find yourself working at Nintendo?
Well, I technically do. Well, not at Nintendo, more like with Nintendo. I bust through the doors and I'm like, oh, you're gonna make a game about how Mario beat me up for a castle, and they're gonna be like, what? You can do better? And I'm gonna be like, yeah. And then I started doing it.
Back to the castle again. It must really burn you up that you lost yours.
I worked so hard for it. It was so pretty. And then, but maintaining that thing is a nightmare. Who's gonna dust? It's not gonna be me. But I didn't have any friends or subjects. Like, oh, the great Princess Prissy Peach.
These things really run deep. I would honestly think that if we were to ask the likes of Peach, the likes of Luigi, maybe even Mario, they might consider you a friend.
Well, if they were my friends, they'd come dust my castle or make micro games with me.
Have you ever asked? Have you ever asked?
Not Mario. I said, Mario, no, you're not invited.
You specifically told him you're not invited.
I got the new house in Diamond City. The first thing I did, I hooked up the phone. I called Mario. I said, I want you to know that you are not invited to my WarioWare games. These are my games. I'm a number one. You can have your stupid kingdom. To which he responded, how did you get my number? And then I hung up.
And then you...
And then I hung up. That was the end of that.
It seems like the denizens of Mushroom Kingdom are making an attempt to get closer with you.
Well, like I said, I didn't mind it at first whenever we were doing Mario Kart and Mario Tennis and Mario Nose-Picking Simulator. But the way I see it, again, I kind of got to step out into my own. You don't see me trying to bust into Luigi's mansion, I don't want to be in Princess Peach Showtime. But I got to do my own thing. They got to give me space. They're suffocating me. I know that I have this magnetic aura with whoever is around me wants to be near me all the time because I'm just so super, so amazing. But come on now. I'm human too. You got to give me some personal private time. And that's why people are upset. They're like, Wario, why you not upload to the TikTok? And I'm like, I'm busy. I'm doing my own thing. I'm just kind of sitting around playing Overwatch. But I'm busy. I'm doing my own thing. So, yeah, I got to have my me time.
Thank you so much for the bits there, Spades. Who do you main in Overwatch, Wario?
Oh, Roadhog. Because I get to throw, I get to throw things down. I get to hook someone and shoot them in the face. It's hilarious.
I do find it interesting. Do you play Overwatch just by yourself?
Actually, you'd be surprised. Of all the people that we've been talking about, the one person I play Overwatch with the most is my friend Peach. But
Really?
yeah, she's a support player, and it's nice to have a support that you can yell at to do things for you without having to be like, "Oh, this rando's gonna throw my game because I yelled at them once."
That's honestly really wholesome that you and Peach play Overwatch together. Has Mario ever tried to join you?
He has, but he sucked. He's not good. He tried to play Reaper, and he just kept running in and dying. But yeah, Peach and I, he's all like, "Oh, this isn't my kind of game. I just want to go jump at a Goomba, save the princess, blah blah blah." But Peach is good. In fact, we're thinking about streaming that sometime on my Twitch channel because
Truly.
I'm finally getting things set up for me to start live streaming here.
Oh well, congratulations. We certainly wish you all the best in your endeavors there.
Oh yes, of course. Everyone's gonna love me. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, where can everyone find you?
Oh, they can find me right here on Twitch at Had a Rotten Day. That's HAD a Rotten Day. I tried to put Have a Rotten Day. It was taken. So, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna ask about that because it's interesting how had a rotten day is, of the past tense. Would you say that these days your rotten days are in the past?
Yeah, I had a rotten day, but whenever it's present tense, everybody else has a rotten day because I'm around ready to tickle your happiness. I also have the past tense on my Twitter account. I was never a big fan of Twitter, but Twitter's a big fan of me, and who am I to neglect people's love and adoration for Wario?
Yeah, well said. Well said. Interesting. I feel like I have to really pay attention with this particular.
Yeah, you messed that up. I'm gonna let you get that thing off the guy's back, and because you seem to be struggling.
You know what? Listen. Never let it be said that your micro games aren't challenging.
You lost it. That's your third game over.
Yeah, listen. I've got plenty of cash to get myself through it, and I think you yourself would say that I can buy my way to victory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just keep, you know what? You're doing your best, champ. Eventually, over the time, you're going to get better at this. Just keep, give me 100 more coins, and, we'll learn together. There you go. Yep. Grab the fish.
Grab the fish. See? Yeah, and those coins go straight back to you. So, I see no room for complaint.
That's completely fair, actually.
Do you see yourself making another micro game collection soon?
It really depends. Like I said, I just got through making 2 of them. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Greatness, it takes time. So I don't know. I just had one between the last 3-4 years. 2 of them.
Yeah, WarioWare Move It was not that long ago.
Yeah, it was last year. Last November was when it came out. But we'll just have to see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And it's not a matter of if I'm going to make it a game. It's a matter of, can I get enough people together to make the game again? And, Dribble and Spitz, they're doing their thing with the taxi thing right now. Jimmy's on a tour with Mike right now. Ashley is in another dimension. I guess that's cool.
You think they wouldn't? You think they wouldn't respond to your call?
They're just busy at the moment, because this is their downtime, and also whenever they distract themselves with their own stupid lives, then they'll stop worrying about me and the money. So I'd have to get them back together. I think the only people in town right now are Mona, Dr. Krygor, and 9 Volts crew. I think the ninja nerds are around, but whatever.
Let me ask, given your, decent relationship with, at least some of them, maybe the crew in the Mushroom Kingdom would be willing to help you out.
No, they're not invited. I mean, Mario can sometimes be in the 9 Volts stupid games, but otherwise, no, absolutely not. I did the one thing I did is the micro game in oh, sorry.
Ooh. It's okay.
Ooh. Anyway, the one thing I did for Mario in WarioWare Twisted, I think there's actually a recreation of that micro game in this game, was the Makeup micro game, where I made a micro game about how Mario and I shook hands, made amends whenever I had a housewarming party, and that's it. He's not invited. This is my game, Wario's game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like they're all, you know, willing to be friendly, willing to be cordial. Like, you know, so long as you put your ground rules in place, there might be room for a kinship.
Oh, please. They pretty much chased me out of my own castle because I wouldn't pay them money. You really think I'm gonna get away with what I do with these chumps, with those guys? Especially Mario. He literally punches bricks until he gets bank.
Did you find that Mushroom Kingdom was too expensive to live in?
Especially when you're living in a castle, the taxes are crazy.
I suppose so.
Princess Peach is a monarch!
But still down to play Overwatch.
Still doesn't play Overwatch, yes. I mean, if she's gonna play, may as well. Yes, yeah, no, that's fine. But she's not gonna get my money. But Blizzard is trying to get my money already.
What about Daisy?
Daisy is like the one person in the Mushroom Kingdom, other than Waluigi, that I genuinely enjoy hanging out with. Her and I had an eating competition one time.
Really?
She's cool. She's rowdy. She's fun. But she hangs around that loser Luigi so much. I don't know.
I think we also have on record that Waluigi has had sort of a thing for Daisy in the past.
Yeah, well, Waluigi has a thing for anyone who looks at him for more than 5 seconds because he's very self-loathing.
Oh.
But I wouldn't be surprised if that's chalked up on the list of things as to why he hates Luigi so much.
Well, no wonder he hangs around with you, because you are the, like, spitting image of confidence and self-appreciation.
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe he's just trying to find something into me. Like I said, I'm kind of a role model to some of these people, so can't blame him. Can't blame him one bit.
Do you ever feel that, you know, you need to, like, add more to the Wario crew?
Well, I would, but then I've been thinking more about, you know, maybe getting some more employees for WarioWare, but then WarioWare Move It happened. And then I won the competition. And they said, you and 20 friends. And the first thing I thought in my head, when they said, you and 20 friends have earned a trip, my first question is, there's that many of you now? So I don't think I've got enough room for anybody else.
It's just a bit too much to handle at the moment.
Yes, especially these guys are weirdos. Do you see? Look what you're doing right now.
I guess look, so. It is a little ridiculous.
You made the man flex. They're riding on the carousel. They're having eating competitions at ninja schools. They're cheating in school with the Frank in their backpack. Frank's a whole nother situation. That little thing one time was in my coffee cup at the company's at the building. These guys, you gotta keep a leash on some of these people.
Really?
So to get one more of these creeps wandering around, I'm lucky to have 20 of them that stopped asking for money as it is.
Yeah, they've been rocking with you for, like, some time now.
Yeah, at first I was like, well, I guess I just better, like, stock up so my weight counts as 20 people. But they kept begging me, no, let's go to Caresaway Island together. And I'm like, you know what, fine. Because, again, it was free. So, but I said what I said. Don't expect me to do any work. And thankfully they didn't. I don't think any of them asked me for anything that whole trip. But I kind of had my own issues at that time anyway.
Yeah, I remember. But is the experience positive for you overall?
No, my butt was stuck in a volcano, and I got stuck in a volcano. I didn't get to take any of the gold home with me. I got stuck on a throne. Yeah, cool. Okay, they thought I was a god after the fact, but the point still remains. I can't even tell. It was hard to sit for a week after that.
Really?
It was really hard. I was scared to go to the toilet.
Really?
Because just the thought of falling back in and getting stuck. I was afraid I was going to have to go. Anytime I went to the bathroom after that for about a week, I had my phone on me so I could call the fire department to pry me back out. It was the worst vacation I could possibly think of. But, it could be worse.
How could it be worse?
I could have spent my whole time on a tropical island cleaning up paint like a loser.
Is that at all a dig on a certain other overall individual that cleaned paint for a summer?
No, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Again, no matter what story it is, it seems to always go back to Mario.
I mean, can you blame me? I think this guy he's the poster boy. It's like you're drinking sodas and you're like, it always goes back to Coca-Cola. Of course it does. It's
Well, I'm
the
just saying,
bare minimum.
I'm just pitching. Maybe it's time to bury the hatchet. It's been, decades now of this rivalry, and it seems like you are in a much better place than you used to be, and you've become quite the independent success. Mario doesn't seem to hold a grudge on his end.
I've buried the hatchets and I don't hold a grudge, but there's always going to be competition between us. And I will never go away, and I will always be there to prove that whatever Mario does, whatever mediocre thing he does, I can do better. And I don't have to turn into an elephant to prove that.
Yeah, I think, yes, I think I would agree. If I might ask, and forgive me if this is a dangerous subject, what is Orbulon?
I don't know what is Orbulon. He's an employee. I don't know what he is.
Where is he from? Where did you find him?
I didn't find him. He found us. He's just kind of been around for a while. Like he was just been he's like surveying human life or whatever. I thought it had something to do with spit because again he's talking about all the nerdy space stuff. But no, he's just kind of been around.
It says he is 2,000 years old.
Well, it's a good thing I don't. It's a good thing I don't pay him because I don't have a senior citizens discount. I don't know anything about this guy. All I know is, and like most of these people here, he makes the games for me. I'm like, okay, cool. I think he's one of the few that hasn't even asked me for money except for once.
Once.
And yeah, this time, the time you're seeing right now.
Really?
Because he wanted more money to go through the drive-through, but yeah. Other than that, I don't know anything about this weirdo.
Do you see any chance of him ever actually falling through in his claims?
No, never. Like I you kidding me? He's like, this man's gushing over a slushy on your screen right now. I'm sure he's whatever. And
I
again,
guess
if anything tries to threaten me, I'ma punch it, and then the problem will be solved.
Has there ever been a problem in your life that has not been solvable by punching?
There's been some that I've solved without punching, but most of them still could have been punched.
Hence, Smash Brothers.
Yes, and like anything that's taken my gold, anything that's stopped me from getting where I want to be, anyone who says, "Hey, you're cheating in the sport," I see the babam behind your back. I punch it and it stops, and it just stops.
So you don't take well to cheaters then.
No, I mean, yeah, no, cheaters aren't fair unless they're me. Because if I'm cheating and you're cheating, then what's the point of me cheating if cheating's not going to help me win because you're cheating? That's not fair.
So where did it begin that you started to take the cheaters route?
Whenever Mario started getting everything handed to him on a silver platter, and I think
Mario
it all
again.
started. Yeah, yes, it's all his fault. It's like, okay, the first time was probably when he was out in a stupid land. I think that's when he met Daisy, and he's like, "I'm gonna leave this stupid castle here," and I'm like, "Oh, the door's unlocked! What a shocking revelation!" And then I steal the castle. I think that's the first time I ever played dirty, but yeah. So, everything happens for a reason, especially when you're losing again.
No, it's fine. We got one more life. Would you let me ask you this? Oh wait, no, I did lose. Whoops.
You lost. How dare you?
I'm sorry. This is a terrible performance. I'm so sorry,
Give me
Wario.
more money.
I'm giving you all the money. It's fine.
Good.
100 at a time. Given that so much of this, so much of your life's, direction started at Mario, what do you imagine your life being like if you had never met him?
I'd probably have inherited the farm and,
You'd be a simple farmer.
Well, I don't know. Even whenever I was a kid, I wanted everything everybody else had. So I feel like eventually things would come full circle, but I would probably have as much drive as I do now because he was the reason why I pushed myself so far. Otherwise, I probably would have settled, and I don't like that idea.
It's really, really interesting. He's pushed you so far. He's motivated so many of your life choices. You know, he's been your driving force to success, and yet he's not allowed to, come join you and yours.
No, absolutely not, because I didn't. He didn't invite me to be a part of his success.
He invited you to sports tournaments.
I stole the spotlight. Nintendo was probably like, "Oh, we can't do this without that Wario guy. He's just too amazing. We can't live without his amazingness."
You see it as you stole the spotlight.
I see it as I earned the spotlight when I stole the castle. They said, finally, that weird, creepy turtle guy, he was getting boring. That guy is like perfection. You got to get that guy back. And then they probably pressured him to. When I showed up, I earned my spotlight, all right? When he showed up, he fell down a drain, ended up in a mushroom kingdom. Everything fell in his lap. If my first challenge was fight a stupid turtle, I probably could have won too.
Yeah, it seems Bowser does have a significant amount of losses under his belt.
Yeah, he just fell under a bridge when we first saw the guy. I could do that. I don't even need the axe. I'll just bite the rope or something. Bye.
You do have a really solid dental plan.
Yes, exactly. Very solid dental plan. You gotta keep these things on fleek. I just had a filling the other month because the Dr. Payne told me I had to stay away from the sweets, but it's hard. And that's another thing. Whenever I was in Wario World, I'd never have a cavity before. But then WarioWare Touched happened a few years later, and boom, there goes my cavity. So, first time for everything.
I guess
don't
so.
believe everything you read, kids.
We are already reaching near the conclusion of WarioWare Gold. I believe we're just reaching some of the last big challenges here. So at the end of this whole extravaganza of WarioWare Gold, would you consider the experience worth it?
Oh, WarioWare Gold, absolutely. In fact, I say this is the best WarioWare game out there so far. Very close second is WarioWare Touched, but I think the big reason why is, first of all, I had a scam going throughout the entire city, and secondly, you get all these voice lines. You get to hear me for copious hours on end, and who wouldn't want that, huh?
Yeah, you performed your role very adequately here.
Yes, of course. Again, I just you can't have these good games without Wario anymore.
It's interesting though, because it seems like at least a lot of the more modern Wario games, especially since you tend to take a real back seat as they all work for you, make their micro games for you. So honestly, they seem to be doing a ton of the work.
Oh yeah, they do most of the work. And then that's the best part, is that because I brought them together, if I didn't bring them together, they'd just be a bunch of weirdos sitting around every side of the street.
That is
true. I bring them together, they make the games, I slap my nose on it and say, boom! Wario product. And then I make the money. Mm-hmm. So as far as I'm concerned, it's give and take, it's my genius that puts this all together. It's their labor that makes it real. So there you go.
I did forget that that this game has you blow into the microphone. This should be interesting.
Oh boy. oh Nelly. Music to my ears. GoopyJello ASMR.
Have you thought about Wario ASMR?
Well, no. I just, because there's not much of a market for it. Maybe if I did it behind a Patreon wall or something.
Okay, hold on. Where's the mic on this stupid thing? There we go. Well.
Well, thankfully your sensitivity, it's not like...
Yeah, true. Very, very important. It seems like all like the, gang that you employ are all really close friends with each other.
Yeah, they like to hang out and do things like that. Like all these micro games is the ones you're playing right now. They all hang out around town and stuff like that. Of course, they think it'd be just way more fun if I was there, of course.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, you know.
You don't feel it like it's your scene?
Like, I mean, I don't mind hanging out with friends and all that. So, by all means, if I could get all together and do that stuff, I'm just a busy guy, is all. And then 9 times out of 10, I just don't want to. I have my own things I'm doing. But, you know, I totally get the idea of wanting to hang out with me again. I'm amazing, you know. We all know that by now.
Yeah, so what I'm gathering from a lot of this is that there's a lot of very introverted tendencies in your life, which, again, very different from how media tends to depict you. You know, the parties of the WarioWare crew, the parties of the Mario crew. It's not honestly your scene, is what I'm hearing.
No, it's not that. I'm just more of I'm a social chameleon, all right? Whatever I'm surrounded by, I can blend right in, all right? Here, I can be cuckoo crazy, man. Whenever I'm around the Mario crew, if they want me to be like just whir, oh yeah, you know, barely say anything, fine, I'll play that game. It's whatever I gotta do to just stick around and make it a money. It's just, sometimes I don't hang out with these guys because I'm worried they're going to ask about the money.
Really? Do you find that happens often?
I feel like it happens more often than it should, which is none at all.
Have you ever considered?
Considered what? Hanging out with it? You lost again! Give me your money!
I was preparing for it. I was like, I saw it.
Give me your money
Saw
right
it happening.
now.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You did mention you have my credit card information right now, so you could just, fill out a tap.
But I still need the 3 numbers on the back!
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism. Anyway, no, I have hung out with them quite a few times before. In fact, in the other WarioWares, you'll see us all hanging out at Club Sugar. But,
yes.
You know, sometimes I'm just too busy. Yes, erase that stupid head. Anyway.
All right, so we're definitely still reaching the finale, and these micro games are getting tougher.
You'd be surprised how easy it was to rip off Punch-Out.
Yeah, I mean, what has that franchise been doing?
Wow, you were lost!
It's okay, I got 3 more lives. It's all fine. It's all fine.
No, it's fine. Watching you fail is funny.
Have you found yourself ever playing these games yourself?
Oh, yeah, I play these ones all the time. What? Yeah, no, I have all of them. Again, I originally, didn't even collect the games that I was in. I played a few party games and things like that, but I didn't really think to get...
Yes, yeah. You get it all out your system. Get it all out your system. It's fine.
No, but the first game of my own that I actually did get was Wario Land Shake It, which is probably why I have such a soft spot for it. Then I went back and said, you know what? My adventures are amazing and I should play these more often, so I ended up grabbing as many as I could. So now I own all of them. I even have Wario Land for the Virtual Boy. I still haven't gotten my hands on the Virtual Boy yet, but yeah, I have it.
Yeah, well, what was it like working on that particular project? That must have been like nothing else you've ever experienced.
A lot of red. So it was a good time. It felt like, any other treasure hunting adventure. But the final boss, Demon Head, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect that one, and that was the first time out of my boss fights. Like, yeah, some Wario World ones are creepy, but that was the first time I was like, holy crap. Did I bug a god or something? Am I going too far? And then I punched it, and I'm like, no, it's fine, never mind. I just beat it up.
You fought some really creepy and strange monsters in your life.
Yes, absolute like Brawl Doll. No, we don't talk about Brawl Doll.
Do you ever see yourself expanding into new genres and horizons, or are you happy with what you have?
I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't mind going further and trying new things, but at the same time, I kind of struck oil whenever I got to Diamond City. I mean, these are amazing games and really easy to make. A lot of money made from them. So, I might just stick to what I know, but you know me, always striving for more. Probably just okay with the money, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think there's a really bright future ahead for you, Wario.
Oh, I know there is. I mean, look at me. I am not allowed to fail. Even Master of Disguise was like,
I want to like just pinpoint a specific turn of phrase that you just used there. You're not allowed to fail. Do you? Or did I just lose you? Oh, there you are. There you are.
Everything's going cuckoo crazy. Hold on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You hear me good?
Yep, I hear you just fine.
All right, so you were saying, look at that loser in the sky. Anyway, go ahead.
I was just asking, or rather pointing out your use of the words "not allowed to fail."
I'm not allowed to fail. Like, look at me. I mean, I'm amazing. I am created to be perfection. Like Mario is just. I am Mario if it was good. You know, I'm peak. If I'm the opposite of Mario and Mario is mid, that means I'm amazing.
I see. It seems like a really high expectation that you're putting on yourself, though. Be perfect all the time?
Well, it's not an expectation. It's just a reality, honestly. I mean, look at me. Come on now. Like, I get away with everything.
Hey, so you just, I gotta be real, Wario. It's just, it's a little bit concerning. It's high expectations on perfection, keeping a really wide berth between yourself and the people who, care about you. Like, I hope you're finding, the happiness and satisfaction in your life.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm the happiest I could possibly be. Like, I got people, that's the best part. It's the whole reason why I strive to be, not even strive to be, the whole reason why I am so perfect is because nothing gets in my way. Nothing stops me. I did Wario Land 2. You know what I said? I said, I don't want to die in this game. And I made it happen. Never died. I'm immortal. I'm amazing.
You're immortal.
I'm immortal. Well, Wario Land 2 anyway. The point is, I am untouchable as long as I keep myself. How did you mess that up?
It's all right. Anyway, listen. You keep going. Don't let me stop you.
I am amazing, and the fact is, as long as I put my mind to it, and as long as I want something bad enough, I will stop at nothing to make it happen. And when you've got that kind of determination, and it pays off so much for you, like it does for me, you expect yourself to succeed all the time too.
These microphone games are really getting me, huh?
100 coins.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Starting to get a system going here. I didn't expect this interview to be so expensive.
Hey, no, it's fine. Like I said, you pay. This is how you're paying me to be on here, and I am all for it.
1, 2, 3, and that's 3. Yeah, I'll make sure we get through this again. The pressure that honestly, the pressure you put on yourself, the pressure you put on others is honestly pretty intense too.
Yep, exactly. You know what? Let's interview you for a second so you'll fail again. Where did your love for Nintendo first start, Mr. Jello?
Where did my love of Nintendo first start?
Yeah.
Well, in truth, I would give that to probably like the Game Boy Advance, GameCube era. Playing likes of Pokemon Ruby and Smash Brothers Ultimate. Nope, Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh, you're one of those pocket monster fellows.
I'm a bit of a pocket monster fellow, yeah. Would you say you have any interest in the pocket monsters?
I'm more of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy. What's your favorite pocket monster?
My favorite pocket monster is Glalie.
Well, it's okay to be wrong. Just don't do it in public so often.
Okay, I'll work on that, Wario.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sorry, but Pokemon peaked in Ruby and Sapphire because, as far as I'm concerned, you can't make anything more metal, more rock and roll than Sharpedo. It's a shark and a torpedo, all right? That's peak.
That is a really good and impressive Pokemon. I do feel the need to point out Glalie, the Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon. So I don't know. I don't think the choice was all that wrong.
Okay, all right. Well, at least you were in the right area. Just you got to go a little bit out more into the water.
My first Wario game was Smooth Moves on the Wii.
Ooh, that's a good choice. See, look, everybody getting their first Wario game on the Wii.
Yeah, that seems to be one where a lot of people got their first go.
I mean, the Wii is an S-tier console, so, you know.
All right, so this is the final battle with you here at the end of the tourney. We're nearly reaching the end of our interview and event here today.
Yes, yes. And then after this, I think I have a little surprise for you that I want to try.
A surprise.
Oh, yes, there's an extra game mode that I might want to see you fail at. Yeah.
Oh boy, I've not tried a lot of the other game modes in this, so we're gonna have to see. Oh my goodness.
Let's see if you got it. Let's see if after this, there's a game mode I'd like you to try called Wario Interrupts.
Wario interrupts. A little bit on the bulgy nose there, wouldn't you say?
Yes, exactly. See, it's like these games that you're about to play, except I interrupt and make it really hard for you to play the games.
Oh.
And I want to see you fail at least 5 times.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Me neither. That's the best part. It said cut. Are you cutting?
Listen. I was paying attention to your words of wisdom.
My words of wisdom are on your touch screen.
Yeah, I'm seeing them.
Hear and read at the same time. Diagnose me.
I'm diagnosing you right now. You seem to have a cold, a little stomach ache. Probably all that garlic.
It's Ligma.
I'm sorry, Ligma what?
I'm not saying that. Anyway.
You honestly, now that I'm looking at it a little closer, you star in a lot of these micro games.
Yes, every single ones that I host in, most of them are me, because I always say, this needs to be amazing. See, look at my schnauzer on these boxes.
It's a good schnauzer.
Even that alone. It's a beautiful schnauzer. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Anyway.
Let's see. Let's keep at it here. There you are again.
Yeah.
It's a very handsome depiction of you, I must say.
Are you saying there's a depiction of me that's not handsome?
No, never implied such a thing.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
What did I strike on this? Oh my goodness.
You gotta strike it, swipe it to the right! You failed!
Don't laugh at me like that. Oh my gosh, what's happening now?
This is part of Wario Interrupts.
Oh, I see.
You lose.
I do lose. More money for you.
More money for me. Don't mind if I do.
Where do you keep all your massive gold hoard? It must be so hard to maintain, Scrooge style.
Well, half of them is in a secret tunnel that I'm not going to express the locations of.
That's fine.
In one of the Mario Kart tracks that you race around on. Not the gold mine one anyway, of course, that's for sure. Otherwise, I do have that safe in my house, but yeah. And then I have some of the floorboards.
Your house seems to have gone through a number of damages in its time, being blown up, getting invaders, and all sorts of things.
Yes, definitely.
Has that been tough to upkeep?
Yeah, well, sometimes, but honestly, it's just another one of those things that these chumps are good for, get taken care of, that sort of thing. But, it could be worse. It's easier than the castle. It's easier than that big freaking castle.
Mm. Oh, we're still going. We are still going.
Yeah, that was a halfway point.
I
Lulu's
see.
helping you out because I'm just a little too difficult for you. That's all.
Was this your? Thank you. Was this your first experience with Lulu?
Yes, this because that crown that I'm wearing.
Yes.
She's trying to pull off. That was from her village, so she showed up to get it off me.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It seems like she sabotaged the whole thing, but all still seemed to go well for you in the end.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. In fact, matter of fact, after you said the credits will roll probably, and then we can just we don't have to see the end of that. See, look, there's the shake hands.
Yeah, you were mentioning that, and that mustn't have been so hard, right?
Yeah, it was easier when things were going my way. Yes.
I can't help but wonder if Yeah, no, it's fine. You know, I'm not gonna lose 9,200 coins. I got plenty to spare.
A-ching. If you did lose that money, then I'm not going to complain about that either.
Missed the last one. Oh gosh. Really creative stuff here. Still, gotta definitely admit.
Yes, of course. Like I said, only the best, most creative minds. Someone in chat said they'll never get over how weird these games are. And to you I say, you just don't understand art.
Yeah, honestly, I think there is a lot of artistry that goes into many of these micro games.
This is modern day Picasso.
Yeah, there's a lot of art that goes into these micro games.
Ah, yes.
All right, so what's happening here?
Wario.
Oh, I see another memory game. Okay. Listen, I'm. There's that Wario interrupts.
No, yeah, no, you just keep up with it. It's all gonna be fine. Something about this micro game making me want guacamole.
Guacamole?
Yeah, and now I just want some guacamole. I'm gonna take these coins that I got from you and go buy some guacamole.
Well, I'm glad that I've funded your night there, Wario.
Yes, finally, I got something out of the day.
You know, we were fully intending on, paying you a standard rate, but that's fine.
It's fine. I got your card information. That's pretty standard for me.
Definitely looking to get that back by the end of the show.
Well, yeah, well, you're just gonna have to call the bank and go get it fixed. But it's a Sunday, pal.
Should have thought of that. Get in there. Oh, I didn't miss, did I? Oh!
You missed. You have to do it all over again.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I suppose if I'm trapped here, might as well, hey, chat, if you have any questions for our illustrious guests here, this would definitely be a wonderful time to ask.
Yes, ask my amazing self the questions while GoopyJello here.
That's fine. Listen, it's not like I haven't struggled on stream before. It's all good. It's all good.
More coins for me. Don't mind if I do. Anybody got any questions for the amazing Wario?
It's all right. Your tower will fall.
Does Wario own any pets? Yes. Like I said before, I used to have a pet hen. Now I have a puppy, and his name is Yoshi. My dog's name is actually Yoshi because he's cuter than the other Yoshi. So, yeah.
You find any irony in that? In Mario and his relationship with Yoshi, and you now have a pet Yoshi?
No, I just think it's better because, Yoshi, again, went out and did his own thing. That's the thing about you, Mario, okay? Anyone who's around you eventually wants to go do their own thing, and then they leave, all right? But people like me, they see me, they want to stick around. But yeah, Yoshi's just a good boy, and I called him that because he's my little trustworthy partner in crime. Only difference is he's not leaving to do his own thing. Oh, Rhythm Revy. Wario, how did you meet Jimmy T? Like I said, when I first got into Diamond City, we really hooked up from there. In terms of meeting him, it was more just along the street, like when I was trying to understand everything in this town away from Wario, the stupid Mushroom Kingdom. Before I started WarioWare and everything. You're getting frustrated.
No. Listen, I'm having a grand time with this game that you created.
Wonderful, great. Soul Sunflora asks, Wario, do you like cats at all? Like Jimmy T likes cats? They're okay, they're fine, but cats are jerks, Dogs are usually like always playful and romping around. Cats are stuck up, that's all. And their hair gets everywhere. I mean, Yoshi sheds too, but my goodness, they hack their own hair up. Cats are just too high maintenance. my dog. He walks around.
I think you have a lot in
he
common.
Gets belly scratches, you know. Yeah, like hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, you didn't hear anything. Nothing. I'm concentrating on the game, Wario.
As I was saying, you know, she's got to go to the bathroom. He sits at the door. He runs around. He's cool. He's living his own life too, you know. Someone also asks, "What's your favorite minigame?" Oh, you mean like micro game or like minigame like Mario Party? Because my favorite micro game is well, there's quite a few of them, but I think one of my absolute favorites would have to be the one where you hammer the nail in. I think one of the really fun on that one. That was just the timing on that one's like fun. Yeah. Oh, if only you could like throw your 3DS to me. Maybe I'd throw you a bone for 500 coins.
I don't know. I don't know. I think you'd be having just as much trouble as me, Wario.
So as soon as it hits 1, then you do the tap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay. I hope you got me. Because you don't got you right now. Anyway, favorite micro game is that. The favorite mini game from Mario Party is pizza. It's a pizza. I think it's called. We run around and we eat the giant pizza. I think because it's eating a giant pizza. I win that one every time. Do I like rhythm games? You're watching a rhythm game that I made right now, and I love them. As you can see, GoopyJello adores this one so much.
I'm a big fan of rhythm games. Rhythm Heaven, it's really wonderful.
He loves this one so much that he's played it 7 times.
That is an over-exaggeration, certainly.
At least 4. You've at least played it 4 times. Well, we'll get to 7 in a second. Here we go. Boom. Boom. All right, repeat.
See, there we go.
Yeah.
Not so tough.
I was so worried for a second there.
Oh, here we go, huh? There we go. See?
Well, all right then. Look at you finally doing it. Look at you go. You finally did the Wario. That to the Wario. Send your credit card number. Anyway, look at you. I'm so proud of you. You know what? We don't even have to do Wario interrupts if you insist, because that was enough to make me happy.
You had your fun? You had your fun?
I've had my kicks. I just thought that was going to be too easy for you, but you seem to have suffered enough.
No, that's it. It's all part of the struggle, you know. It's like you say, work to get to the top.
How many cloves of garlic do you eat a day? I've really toned that down because I got tired of going to the store every week. But at least 3. Trying to like keep it up, but at the same time not run out every day.
Whew. Well, you know, here comes your tower crumbling here in this particular adventure, Wario.
Okay, well, yeah, you know, that's just a toilet thing, you know, it's fine. Mistakes happen, you know. Shake my head, all right, you're free to go. All right, that's the end of the game.
That's the end of the game.
Yeah, you don't have to see the rest. It's fine. Just you can close the game. Okay. All right. You seem to not be doing okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how this story plays out here, Wario.
Yeah, well, I think you know.
Yeah, I think I do know. I think I do.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Do you prefer bikes or carts, Wario?
I usually prefer carts, but bikes are really fun too. I've always been into bikes like non-stop. So bikes are fun, but for Mario Kart itself, something just like when I think Mario Kart, I like the 4 wheels, you know. But I do like riding the bikes from time to time. I like the Flame Rider.
Man, they really got the best of you here.
This was fabricated. Someone slipped this.
This was fabricated. Someone slipped it into the game.
Someone slipped this in the game whenever I sent it to
Who
Nintendo.
slipped it into the game, Mario?
I don't know, but Nintendo greenlit. It's probably Spitz.
Probably Spitz.
There's evil in those eyes.
There's evil in those eyes. How do you think?
I like, yeah, clearly he's the mastermind of everything. Stupid cat. It's because I'm not a cat person, frankly.
Oh, it's all the cat slander. I understand.
Yes, of course. Well, that is my amazing games. That is WarioWare Gold.
That is WarioWare Gold, and yeah, I think we had a wonderful time.
Yes, we did. I like those last 10 minutes.
They certainly were a highlight. Do you have any final messages to our guests here today, our chat? Any life advice?
Follow me on TikTok and Twitch and all that. My socials are everywhere. Follow me on TikTok and YouTube at Have a Rotten Day, and follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Had a Rotten Day. Kick your local grandma. Send me your money, and when life gets you down, punch something. There you go.
Some of those were really wonderful and wholesome.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, have a rotten day.
Thank you very much, Wario. I think we'll call it here today. We've learned an awful lot about you. I'd say this was very enlightening in some slightly concerning ways. Thank you so much for the follow, Arrow Clown, and thank you so much for being here today. Had a rotten day.
Yes, absolutely. Happy to be here and grace you with my presence. And thanks for the cash, loser.
Yep. Yeah, that's like my whole week's earnings, but like, yeah, great. Wonderful.
Yeah, well, you don't need them as much as I do. Bye, kids.
So long. I'll do a nice raid to Chinchilladas to end it off. Have a wonderful night, everyone, and take care until next time.